How to rewire your anxious brain with neuroplasticity. Step-by-step guide. I'm Ilia Trudeau, founder of Son of Lord Scientific Institute and published author of 10 neuroscience books. I'm going to teach you how to rewire your anxious brain by using neuroplasticity. First of all, let me talk about neuroplasticity. What is neuroplasticity? Neuroplasticity, simply saying, is a science that tells us that our brain, I mean your brain, is not fixed forever. It's a kind of plastic. You can shape it as you choose. Or you let, by your ignorance, the negative information to shape your own brain or paradigm or mental programming. Secondly, how to rewire our anxious brain. Before telling the how, let me tell you the reason. Let's dive deeper into the reason, the cause of anxiety. Why do you feel anxiety? Look, here I have the whiteboard. I'm going to teach you in more depth. Look, here we have this circle. This circle represents our head. Here we have our body. Okay, here let's say it's you or it's me. And now here we have our brain. Look, this side of our brain here. We have here memory. We have here the memory that we have recorded or stored all our negative or positive experiences or traumas here. And now in our brain stores all those data. And most of the time we don't know, we don't remember that trauma that happened 30 years ago or maybe 20 years ago. We don't know, but it is recorded inside of your brain. It is inside of your brain, it's there. And now, this memory they are in the form of neuropathways or brain cells. At this moment, this memory, your own current memory or mental programming is the main cause of your anxiety. If you all the time you're feeling anxious, you are feeling frustrated, you are feeling bad, you are not happy, the only reason is because of the past traumas, experiences, all those negative things that happened to you in the past, and now they have developed your perception or attitude, the way you see yourself and others and the world. This is the main cause of anxiety. But beside that, let me dive deeper. Here, energy constantly flows to your brain. From where? From nowhere. Okay? Energy constantly flows to your brain, and this energy is activating some part of these neuropathways in your memory. And because of your past negative experiences and traumas, you have a pile of negative neuropathways in your brain. And now the energy flows to your brain and it activates some of those neuropathways in your brain. And then what happens? Look, you start in your consciousness to think and feel negative. Why? Because the energy flows to your brain and it activates some part of those neuropathways. Okay? And here you have 5 senses. Look, here you have 5 senses. Okay? Here you have 5 senses, and 5 senses also take information from outside. You look at outside, you see you don't have money, let's say, or maybe you're alone, you don't have your own partner or soulmate. Maybe you're sick, you have a kind of disease. Look, the information from your 5 senses also force. Look, you take information from outside, feel your own 5 senses. Here is outside environment, and then from environment you also feed back some data to your brain. And also, it activates some of current and existent mental programming that you have. And they together force you to think negatively, to feel anxious, and you are in anxiety. Okay? And you are looking for the cause. What's happening? It's because of your current mental programming. If you don't change your current mental programming, or if you don't fix it, it's going to be like this forever. And nobody is going to help you also. Except you take conscious decision to change what? To change your own mental attitude, the the way you see yourself and others. Okay? Here is the cause, but how can you rewire your anxious brain at this moment now? Simply saying, firstly, start with understanding that you understand the step by step the process. Okay? Till now, I know you understood what is the cause of anxiety, what is neuroplasticity, you know all these basic data. But here now, we are going to use the same method. How? And why? And what is the method? The same method is that we are going to feed our brain with the data or information that we love. Okay, we are going to do that constantly, every day. We are going to feed our brain with the data that we love, with the experiences that we love. In general, you must use the reverse of the negative situations that you had in the past. Let's say your partner cheated on you, and now you're anxious. You have relationship anxiety. Now you have to exactly imagine the reverse of what you want. Let's say your partner cheated on you, but here you are going to imagine that your partner is in love with you. She or he. Really, he is real love. He is in real love with you. You have romance, It must be the opposite of what you have. In order to rewire your consciousness, your anxious brain. Simply, you're going to choose the desires, experiences that you love most of all. This is the first. Secondly, you're going to use one of your mental faculties named imagination to imagine what you want. As you do so, you are going to create new brain cells in your brain. Where? Here in your brain. Look, in your brain here, you're going to create new brain cells as you imagine about what you want. Okay? And if you keep persisting here, you are going to create a complicated network of neural pathways in your brain. As time goes on, you are building more. And they are going to interconnect it as you repeat. They are going to interconnect it. What? The brain cells. They are going to interconnect it to each other and create big and really strong neural pathways in your brain. And then beside that, your brain is going to use that data as a premise, as your memory. To do what? To force you to think in your consciousness about love, about calmness, about peace of mind, about happiness, about wealth, about what you want, about health. Not about thinking about disease or sickness. It is the wrong way of thinking. You've got to change your own thinking. Only shift your thoughts. As you do so, you're going to shift your emotions as well. Look, here, if you keep doing this, you're going to create a new paradigm of your own self. And as you do so, you are rewiring your brain because you're creating new brain cells and they are going to interconnect it and they are going to override your current paradigm, provided you keep focusing on what you want and stop thinking about what you don't want. You must make a conscious decision. And by doing so, you are in fact rewiring your anxious brain. Maybe some of you don't believe that by your imagination you can rewire your brain. But believe it, not because of me, because of your own self. Our nervous system can't differentiate between what you imagine and what you see by your senses. In either case, it accepts all the ideas. So here, if you imagine what you want, you think. Your brain can't differentiate. It's going to accept it and create brain cells in your brain. And if you keep persisting, you're going to develop a long and big, complicated neural pathways about what you want. Okay? If you do so, really, anxiety is going to finish. Not in one day, but as time goes on. If you keep persisting, if you want to do this for 1 day, 2 days, and then come blame to me, from now I say, please don't do it. It won't work. you must be persistent to override your brain, because for all those lean years you have you have impregnated your own brain by your ignorance, the negative ideas, traumas, you have accepted them, you have emotionally engaged with those negative ideas and concepts, and you have developed a memory in your brain. And now you have the right and privilege of changing this. Look, how via understanding neuroplasticity, how your brain works, and how your imagination works. If you combine all those three together, you are going to notice and realize, yes, this is really the method that I can rewire my conscious brain. But it's up to you to do this or not to do this. I just try to explain to you in detail to let you know, increase your level of consciousness and awareness, that you know how to rewire your own anxious brain, what is the cause of anxiety, how to overcome anxiety, how to use our imagination, why should we use our imagination, and all those things. But it's up to you to use. I know you will do. If you want to learn more, you can check our books on Amazon. I have 10 books at this moment on Amazon, and also you can ask your questions here below this video. Let me know your comments, questions, concerns. I'm going to read them, reply to you, and also you can check our other videos that may pop up here or here. Love you all till the next video.